Have you ever stopped to think about the simple act of saying hello? From a firm handshake to a casual wave, our greetings are steeped in a history far richer and more complex than we might imagine. These everyday gestures and phrases are more than just pleasantries. They are relics of our past, each with a story to tell about human connection, trust, and even survival. So, let's journey back in time to uncover the fascinating origins of how we greet one another. Our story begins with one of the most common greetings in the Western world, the handshake. While its exact origins are debated, many historians trace it back to ancient times as a powerful gesture of peace. Imagine two medieval knights approaching each other on a dusty road. By extending an open, empty right hand, a knight could demonstrate that he was not holding a weapon, signaling his peaceful intentions. This simple act of showing an unarmed hand evolved into a clasp. In ancient Rome, it was common to see citizens grasping each other's forearms, a gesture that served not only as a greeting but also as a way to check for daggers hidden up the sleeve. The handshake, therefore, began as a profound symbol of trust and non-aggression, a tradition that continues to convey respect and rapport in boardrooms and on street corners today. Next, let's turn our attention to the salute, a gesture universally recognized as a sign of respect, particularly within the military. Its roots are also believed to lie in a practical need for identification and deference. Roman soldiers would often raise a hand to their superiors, a formal acknowledgement of rank and order. A more romantic theory links the salute to medieval knights. When encountering a fellow knight or a person of higher standing, a knight would lift the visor of his helmet. This was not just a courtesy, it was a practical way to reveal one's identity and show that there was no hostile intent. Over centuries, this act of lifting a visor was simplified into the crisp, modern military salute we know today, a silent echo of chivalry and battlefield etiquette. The word hello itself has a surprisingly modern and contested history, born from the technological revolution of the telephone. When Alexander Graham Bell first invented his groundbreaking device, he favored the greeting ahoy hoy, a nautical term used to hail ships. For a moment, it seemed the world would be answering their phones with a pirate's welcome. However, his rival, the prolific inventor Thomas Edison, had other ideas. Edison championed the use of hello, a word that had been in use but was not yet a common greeting. He thought it was the best way to get someone's attention over the crackling new phone lines. Edison's influence won out, cementing the word's place in our daily vocabulary. Even our parting words carry the weight of history. The term goodbye feels timeless, but it's actually a contraction of a much longer, more devout phrase. In Elizabethan England, when people parted ways, it was customary to offer a blessing. God be with thee. It was a sincere wish for the other person's safety and well-being on their journey. Over the centuries, as language naturally shortens and evolves through common use, God be with thee was gradually slurred and compressed into Godby, and eventually it smoothed out into the familiar goodbye we use today. Every time we say it, we are unknowingly repeating a centuries-old prayer. Simple physical gestures also tell a story. The nod, a quick and subtle acknowledgement, is a modern descendant of the bow and curtsy. In societies with rigid social hierarchies, bowing deeply before a nobleman or royalty was a mandatory sign of respect and submission. It was a physical demonstration of one's place in the social order. As societies became more egalitarian, this elaborate gesture was minimized. The deep bow transformed into a slight inclination of the head, and eventually into the quick, informal nod we use to greet an acquaintance across a crowded room. Perhaps most surprisingly, the seemingly innocuous question, "How are you?" once held the weight of life and death. In plague-ridden medieval Europe, this was not a casual pleasantry, but a question of genuine and urgent concern. In a time when a cough or a fever could be a death sentence, asking "How are you?" was a way to literally check if someone was exhibiting symptoms of the deadly illness. It was an inquiry born out of fear and a deep-seated need to assess the health and safety of one's community. Today, while the question has become more of a conversational formality, its origins remind us of a time when the answer could determine one's fate. From ancient gestures of peace to the technological battles that shaped our language, the history of our greetings is a vibrant tapestry woven through the ages. They are a constant reminder of our shared human story. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, please like and subscribe for more.